Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Vibhor Borkar. I'm pediatric gastroenterologist and hepatologist. I'm practicing at NHSRCC Children Hospital Mahalakshmi, Mumbai. Today we'll discuss about hepatitis. Exactly, hepatitis means there is a swelling in the liver and the liver size increases. There are many causes of hepatitis, and most common cause of this hepatitis is viral infection. In India, most common viral infections that can cause hepatitis is hepatitis A, B, C, and E. Every year, around in the world, 14 millions of the people get infected with hepatitis A, and it's very common in children. As per WHO, entire world, around 340 million people are infected with hepatitis B and C, and out of them, only 10 to 20% are aware that they are living with this viral infection. So it's a very big problem and under addressed problem. Now let's see what happens when anyone gets this viral infection. So if suppose for example any person gets infected with hepatitis A and E, so that person can have he gets vomiting, he gets fever, tummy pain and jaundice. Many of the cases like this, they get cured on its own and do not need special treatment. It just needs supportive treatment. However, it takes 1 to 2 weeks for them to recover. But a small portion of this individual, they get a severe infection that is called as liver failure, and it is a life-threatening infection. For that, they need to be admitted in intensive care unit, and few of them do need liver transplant. Hepatitis E is very severe in pregnant women, and if any woman getting jaundice, that is a viral hepatitis, immediately she should take treatment from a specialist. Similarly, hepatitis B and C, though they have infection, these infections are silent and people are not aware of it. They cause a long-term infection, and when we get a chronic infection of hepatitis B and C, gradually liver becomes cirrhotic. Cirrhotic liver means liver become hard and its size it becomes small. Such liver gradually over the years can fail, and few of them can develop liver cancer. So hepatitis B and C, though they do not cause such problem on long-term infection, they can cause a severe health hazard. So, and as we discussed, that 10 to 20% of the people in the world do not know that they have infection. So these infections are actually a silent killer for them. So that's why we should be knowing about this infection. And now let's see, like, how does one get this infection? So generally, hepatitis A and E, both these infections are caused if someone eats unhygienic food or an unsafe drinking water. What do these mean? Unhygienic food means many times we see people eat at roadside open spaces where the food, many times the flies and the dust settles on this food. So this is unhygienic food. Sometimes the drinking water is not clean. Again, so such from these food and such water, generally children or adults get hepatitis A and E. Similarly, if someone, suppose in our societies, sometimes we get dirty water or muddy water. So in such situation, we are at the risk of getting hepatitis. So at that time, we should report this to concerned authorities and should ask them to rectify it. Similarly, in the interior of our states, in the villages, in the summer situation, there is a scarcity of water, and again, a safe drinking water is not available to a significant portion of the population. For hepatitis B and C, they get someone acquires it by an exposure to a contaminated blood or sometimes blood products, syringes, needles, unprotected sex, and sometimes if mother is positive, she can transfer the infection to her newborn baby. So that's how the B and C gets spread. So let's see how we can protect ourselves from hepatitis infection. So for hepatitis A and B, so make sure that you are getting a clean water anywhere you are eating. So you should make sure that eating places are clean, and all our villages do get a safe water supply. Avoid eating outside, especially for the children. Make sure that in the school they are getting a good water. For B and C, one should not get injectables or injectable medicines for minor ailments. When you are using needles and syringes, they should be disposable syringes. Blood products should be always and always should be taken from the government registered blood bank. It's very important. And those mothers, we know that once mother are positive with BNC, there is high risk that infection can transmit to the children. So all the pregnant mothers should undergo a testing that should check them against hepatitis B, hepatitis C, and HIV infection. But if these infections are there, for example, mother has hepatitis B and her viral infection load is very high, there is a medicine which can decrease this viral load, and at the time of the birth, baby can get a vaccine against it. So from transmission from mother to baby can be successfully prevented, and we all must act towards it. So for hepatitis B, there is a vaccine available. It is a 3-dose course vaccine. It's available through all government immunization program, and we must ensure that all our babies get hepatitis B vaccine at birth. Similarly, all adults. So whenever we are going through any medical checkups, we should screen for hepatitis B and C. And if you don't have hepatitis B, not received vaccine earlier, we must insist on vaccination. And after vaccination, a blood test is done to see whether you have a protective immunity against hepatitis B or not. If it is there, then for your rest of the life, you are protected against hepatitis B. Similarly, we have also vaccines available for hepatitis A. At 1 year of age onwards, a 2-dose course of hepatitis A vaccine also gives an excellent protection against hepatitis A. But unfortunately, for hepatitis E and hepatitis C, we do not have vaccine. So we need to still go ahead with all preventive measures, because the prevention of such infection is the key. Now for hepatitis A and E, there is no treatment available. As we discussed, most of them are short-lived, but they need a supportive care. Contrary to belief, whenever we get jaundice, we generally practice a bland diet, and so this is not required. During illness, what children needs, they need a good nutrition. So do not insist on restricting oil, spices, or turmeric as a food ingredient, and let children have their homemade healthy diet. It's very important in hepatitis. Similarly, for hepatitis B, there is no treatment which can completely cure this virus, but yes, medicine is available where this infections can be suppressed. So once we know that we have hepatitis B, you should go to a doctor, check how severe infection you have, take medicine, keep this virus under control, and the deadly long-term effects of this virus like cirrhosis, liver failure, and cancer, they can be prevented if you take treatment on the right time for this. Similarly, a good part for hepatitis C is nowadays we have medicines, very effective medicines available. A short course of 8 to 12 weeks can completely cure this virus, and now these medicines are available for children as well. So now the good news is C can be treatable. So this year, I think we should have a motto that we should screen all, whenever we are getting a chance to do any blood test, we should look for B and C and pick up those undiagnosed infections and treat them so that we do not suffer on long-term basis. And all those who are not vaccinated against A and B, we should insist you reach to your physician and ask for a vaccine and protect your family from hepatitis. Thank you.